But first, I'll paint the gun and everything. Our train's now orange. Howdy, howdy, everyone. How's it going tonight? Howdy, Simonsville. I like the name. Oh, you rated. Oh, I'm sorry I wasn't here already. What were you playing? And welcome in, Simonville's viewer. I hope you're all having a lovely night. I'm not connected to the right computer for that. Hold on. You a shout out. So I've been wondering if this works. I'm gonna be sitting here staring at the screen, seeing if the clip plays. Um, alas, I don't think it will. But I hope you're all having a lovely middle of your week. We'll open that for later. Anywho, we're back with some more control. Yes, technically, I don't need to. I don't need to have my keyboard and mouse on this because I'm playing with controller. I don't know why I keep forcing my my KVM to be over there. So, how far into control are you? And is it your first time playing? I had some weirdness. My computer wanted to do that. Oh God, my camera. It's doing that stupid scan line thing again. I gotta figure out what that's all about. I'm vamping for time because Butthead is outside, and I'm worried as soon as I get started, he's going to want to pop in, or he's going to want to bark and want to come in the house. I've already got a treat here to distract him with. But welcome back. I had something else I wanted to say, and I can't remember what it is now. So, as always, smooth. But we're gonna hop in a moment. Like I said, I'm patiently waiting to hear my dog bark to want to come back in the house. Because his timing is impeccable. I'm also a little out of sorts today. Like I said, my computer, when I went to go restart it, so Firebot would work again. And there he is. Give me 1 second. Come here. Good boy. Good boy. Treat. There you go, bud. Enjoy. Don't spend it all in one place. But yeah, my computer wanted to do this weird, what's it called? Beatbox or, something like boot thing where it's something to do with the encryption I have on my drives when my computer's turned off or rebooted. Sometimes it goes into this weird locked in Linux environment, and I have to reset the disk and all that. I don't know why it does it. I need to figure that out. I'm still fairly new to Linux, so like there's a lot of things that are just kind of still throwing me for a loop, like getting OBS and Stream to work reliably. But oh, please don't lick my elbow. It's weird. Um, but we'll figure that out sooner rather than later, I hope. All right. I know we were doing things last stream. I'll be honest with you, I don't quite remember. I think we're out of new costumes. We're gonna go back to the base costume, I guess. What is our mission? Jesse goes to the containment sector to find the Panopticon where Dylan is held. Alright, we can go do that.
Hope wants us to compile all of Darling's data entries from the past month.
She wants to crack Darling's personal...
No, just followed you in, right?
Nope. Got it too short. I just got done another fun run of Resident Evil Requiem. Like, now that I have like everything unlocked, I only have one achievement left. That's the speed run. So I'm kind of trying to like.
Containment sector. Panopticon. Altered items. Maximum security prison. Dangerous.
I really like how Remedy has started doing the whole like the stylistic thing for video now, where it's all that like double imposed image with harsh, heavy, dark, heavy backlight, and the character in silhouette in the foreground. It looks really good. Well, I think Remedy is also one of the few companies that can truly get away with putting live action video in all of their games and not look too terribly out of place. Okay. That combat could have gone worse. I missed whatever this. Ah, yes, reading. Object of power and altered item distinctions. Summary. While altered items and objects of power may seem similar at first, it's important to note some key distinctions. Firstly, objects of power grant para-utilitarian abilities. See file PUT-812 for an introduction to the subject. Secondly, objects of power translocate anyone who makes physical contact to the astral plane. This is why... God damn it. I've been having such trouble with reading out loud lately. It might just be this game. Like, the words they use I don't expect. Whereas, like, Resident Evil games, when I read notes, they're more naturalistic. I feel like in the way that they're written. Whereas this one's very, like, technobabble. I feel like it really fucks me up. This is widely believed to be due to the Redacted's affiliation with objects of power. Not every individual is allowed in the astral plane, which indicates the Redacted evaluates who can and cannot enter. Thirdly, this is not always the case. Objects of power are much more paranaturally redacted than altered items. Looking at specific criteria that defines an object of power, it is no wonder they are notably rarer than altered items. In fact, we have redacted altered items for every object of power contained within the Bureau. Refer to file 5-29-9485 for full report. Nope. There we go. Watch this real quick.
The containment sector, the Panopticon, is home to the altered items we find and contain. It is a maximum security prison. It's a vault for the most valuable treasures on
Max
Earth.
Payne, we miss you.
It's a powder keg big enough to blow this world to dust. A temple, a place of worship filled with idols of angry gods. It's all of these.
I think of all the ones we've heard so far, this is the most Max Payne of all.
Unbelievable. something worse. Altered items. We've found many. They appear mundane, but nothing could be further from the truth. They're all powerful, dangerous. They press heavy on
Exactly
our
what you look
minds
for in a
because that's
man.
their nature.
Powerful and
Altered
dangerous.
because we can't stop thinking about them. We put them on altars because they're used to being worshipped. This keeps them calm. We contain them, but they don't want to be controlled. We study them to discover what makes them tick.
I wonder if that's meant to be
If
literal.
this place were ever breached, it would be chaos of biblical proportions.
Like, oh, okay, game. Can I, please? Oh, there we go. My controller stopped working for a second. I wonder if that's meant to be literal. Because whenever we see the cells where they're like testing items, they're always raised. I kind of thought that was just like a containment thing, like meant to show off the containment of the item. But now I'm wondering if like it's supposed to be a kind of fault. Get up. Oh, right. There. Which would be interesting, like an interesting design thing. You know? That I love the amount of not forethought, the amount of like thought they put into all. Like, what's the deal with this painting? Because we've not. Like, it's indestructible.
Reminder, this week, any documents that suddenly appear pink, light red, or any shade in between must be incinerated immediately. Failure to do so will result in termination and possible bodily harm. Thank you for your attention.
Like, that picture I've not seen anywhere else. It's indestructible. So, like, is there something important about that? Like I described when we did Alan Wake 2, and I also touched on it in Payne's Creek Killings, how a weird, like, a weird little, like, thing I always say of how I can tell a game is really well written is how, when I'm not playing it, how much I'm thinking about it. And I think Control does that as well as anything else. Oh, god damn it. Bro, just standing at attention, I guess. I always seem to, like, possess the last enemy. Here's a fun one. Salt Lake City, whatever town that is, Topeka, Atlanta, Richmond, and Albany are all green, but everything else is red. Like, what exactly is that? So this is not where I need to go. But...
Man down.
Someone needs help over there. Sounds like there's a man down.
Yeah, thanks, Jesse.
I'm here. What happened to you?
I got in a little scrap. Name's Horowitz.
Taco Bell.
Oh, ah.
Is he gonna be okay?
Don't
They
look
brought
at me
back
like
the
that.
apple pie.
I'll be fine.
It's not as
Wells
good.
is still in there. You gotta get him out.
Which is a legit
Wells.
thing. They did bring back the apple
Squad mate.
empanadas, and they're not as
A
good.
runaway altered item. We followed
They're
it
like
down
apple
into the
caramel
box.
now,
The
and they have a
clocks.
chocolate one that you can't buy
A
separately,
threshold. The bureau sealed it up years back.
which as
with
someone
the
who doesn't like
clocks.
chocolate, like,
We-
is kind
we
of
followed
frustrating.
the altered item inside, but the way it was acting, we weren't ready. Me and Wells were the only ones to make it to the motel court. He was right behind me, but he never showed up on this side.
I'll go find him. But first, you need to get to a medic.
Wells is the medic. Please, you gotta get him out of there. I'll be fine, really. Roop can patch me up later.
Fine. But I'll be back for you.
I damn well hope so. Just use the motel cord there. It should get you into the clocks. Sorry, the threshold.
You're not allowed to have cell phones, cigarettes, dogs, or guns in the safe room. Why can't the dog come into the safe room? Also, bro, shouldn't you, like, go in there? I'll never turn away from a chance to go to the ocean view. Okay, maniacal laughter for this one. This clock is set to 12:30. Whereas this one is set to 3:40. Set this one to 3:40. Thank you for being so generous about that game. I really appreciate that. This one needs to be set to, what's that, 7:06? That laughter back there. Whew. And now we're doing 10:40. Oh Lord. He's not in here? No. They're probably on the main desk. Hey, they are. Find the missing men.
This Wells guy can't be far.
Hey, up and over, I guess. Okay, I hear a spooky noise.
Those must be the clocks he was talking about.
Howdy, Florida girl. How are you today? I hope you're having a good middle of your week. Everything dead? Alright. Once again, my natural inclination is to hit the X button to reload. And I just keep changing weapons. That looks like where we're supposed to go everywhere else. Good to hear.
Shit.
Oh. I guess not. That is in fact Wells.
Are you Wells? Your friend asked me to come looking for you.
That must be Horowitz. Glad he got out. I stayed back to help the others. Did a shit job of it, clearly.
You tried. That's enough.
I mean, they do look real dead.
Horowitz needs your help now. How do we get out of here?
We should head back through the threshold. We can look for other survivors as we go.
Ugh, the
better
expression
hurry.
on that guy's face.
Which way?
Just follow the blood. Let's go.
God damn it. Escorting. Oh yeah, he's real dead. Level 9? You have an ID card for this? And if so, give me the fucking ID card.
What's with the clocks?
Threshold effect. This used to be a regular office wing before the threshold manifested. The forces at play in there got a hold of someone's old clock and started duplicating it. Now the office is available and its clocks all over.
Still alive, Wells? Okay. Here's on top of that giant mountain of clocks. Middle of the week has been stressful. Unfortunately, it seems like middle of the week usually is. Like, my coworker and I were discussing earlier about how it seems to be Wednesday's a real hard day. Like the day where things really get shitty. Okay, I guess I gotta open that for him. But... I feel bad. My coworker during the day shift really gets the brunt of it. Because, you know, his day, all day we're open. For me, half my shift we're closed. So it's not as bad. But, you know, I got plenty of my own stupid to deal with, but not nearly as bad. Jasper Postbox, AI31-PE. Agents arrived in the town of Jasper Crossing, Arizona, after the communications department intercepted multiple phone calls to local authorities regarding frozen people in the streets. Four of the five dispatched agents became paralyzed upon arriving at the scene. Additional assessment teams were dispatched. Variations of identification formulas were tried with ineffectual results. Agents resorted to using aerial photography to study the positioning of the paralyzed individuals. Soon after, agents discovered the event's epicenter to be the local post office. Unaffected agents cleared the area of all paralyzed civilians, animals, and Bureau personnel before beginning to study the item. Agents deemed susceptible to the item were tasked with interviewing and reinforming the public away from the site. The item was soon placed on a transport vehicle manned by unaffected agents. Air travel has been deemed too dangerous given the item's effect. Numerous reports of temporary paralysis were reported by civilians along the truck's route from Arizona to New York City. Man, that's not good. It's one of those things where I don't think it's good or bad. I think it's just the nature of life. You know? Dr. Darling's just pulling a Wesker with this lady. He looks like he got shoved in a locker in high school. I think this is just random ass footage. She kind of looks like halfway familiar. Wonder if she's shown up in another Remedy thing. My mind, all kinds of stuff with my anxiety, depression, and my DDD. Yeah, I mean, it's a shame because like there isn't like one surefire thing that like works for that kind of stuff. Like it just kind of, you have to have your own coping mechanisms. You have to know how it affects you to like work through them. And it makes it frustrating to like want to okay, why does playing video keep disconnecting my controller? Husband not making it and better. Yeah. I mean, to give another like another like kind of similar thing about it, like yeah, those like cohabitation and what the fuck do I get in there? There's something in there. Who's shooting that? I figured that's what you meant. You're good. Oh man, I really should have just kind of cowboyed into here. Why are there so many armored? Christ. damn, they really just fucking sent the dudes. Yeah, like, it's hard because, like, having to, like, it's the same thing with, like, how, like, something that is designed for, like, the more moving parts you put in a thing, the more likely it is to, like, malfunction. If you catch my drift, like there gets to be a point where, like, you add another person than just yourself. Now there's twice as many moving parts. There's twice as many things that need to be accounted for. And sometimes it doesn't always end up in the best situation, you know? Oh, you're my... Come here. You know what time it is? Like, I feel like I'm fumbling over my words, so I'm gonna be extra, like, you know? Come on, I made a pun and everything. You're gonna hide up there like a baby? Ruining my fun, stupid hiss. I do not need to reload. I didn't know there were two of them up here. You know what's really wild about this, though? I generally don't use, like, most of the powers in games. Like, I've played plenty of games where they give you these same kinds of superpowers, and I'll often just not use them. Just because, like, I never think of it. Control, though, it's like, yeah, no, I'd rather use, like, launch than the gun. I'd rather, you know, use my shield than taking cover. Can you tell us why you left the building? Supplementary materials, redacted interview, 11/20/1974. Can you tell us why you left your building that day? LM. I was running out to get eggs. There was that corner store on 30th. That's why I left Michael there on his own. I knew I wouldn't be gone long. He was drawing at the table when I left. Had his crowns out, happy. The building came down when I was a block away. I ran back, started digging. City workers found Mikey later, beside the frizz. The drawings hadn't come off. Tons of bricks fall on it. And these drawings are still there? How does that happen? You kept the refrigerator after the accident? Why? Still had his drawings. God must have kept them safe for a reason, right? I'd get home from work and stare at them all night. I was in a bad way back then. Why did you sell the frizz with your son's drawings still on it? They'd gotten stuck to it or something. I thought about cutting them off, those magnets, but maybe it was better. I didn't hold on to them, you know? Gotta move on. Everyone says, what's my frizz got to do with the building collapse anyhow? End of relevant portion. That's sad. Now, the bigger issue here is I don't necessarily remember what direction I came in. Had to have been over there. Okay, I thought there would be something back there. Well, this says we're still in logistics, so.
That safe room is where the other cornered us. We sealed the door on the way out. We couldn't let it get out into the bureau.
I'll need to come deal with that altered item later. If I open the safe from now, Wells could get hurt.
Oh, I can't see anything in this spooky pooper. Hold on.
Tight. Come on, we need to get back to Harwood's.
Hold on a second. I want to see something. Huh. Wells won't follow me into the girls' room. That's fun. Nope, this is the wrong way.
When it was clear we couldn't contain the altered item, Horowitz ordered a retreat. We got out, but Hiss were waiting for us. I took Horowitz to the motel court and went back to the house.
I mean, seems reasonable.
That was brave of you.
I'm the medic. That's my job.
Wait. Oh no, he followed me into this one. Hold on. He followed me into that girl's room, but he wouldn't follow me into the other one. I say, as a person saying, follow me into the girl's room. Okay, Mr. Dead Dog. What do you think of this? You know that airplane we brought in? Like the actual proper airplane? Guess who they made catalog every individual piece of that plane to be examined for suspected altered status? I had to count every bolt, nut, and piece of non-connected metal. And that's just on the exterior of the damn thing. Do you know how many pieces of hardware it takes to make an airplane? I do. That sounds tedious as fuck. Ooh, new construct. I can upgrade Pierce. So let's go ahead and do that. Not the button.
Just keep going straight.
Eat traffic cone, fucker. Who else is getting hit with a traffic cone today? Goddamn, they did not put that light switch close, huh? Once again, it feels like bullshit that he has a level 9 card as a medic, and I, the director, have like a level 3 card. I feel like they wouldn't be allowed to have playing cards.
Come on. The motel court is on the other side of logistics. Horowitz should still be there.
Ooh. Waste mannequin. AI7-KE. The item was last owned by Madame Redacted, an operatic performer from Berlin. After her career ended in a public scandal, she relocated to Redacted, Maine, for reasons unknown. With her came trappings of her old life, including this item. Locals report that she rarely left her home in the short years she spent in Redacted. After her death, caused by Redacted, the state held a public auction of her belongings, seeing as she had no known relatives. Various conflicting first-hand reports exist, but testimonies provided by witnesses of the event do contain some common elements. Most every witness saw numerous mannequins break through the house's windows, tumbling outside. Some witnesses reported bright lights. Some report high-pitched singing. These are unverified. Numerous civilians inside the house at the time of the incident were hospitalized for various injuries. 2 were crushed to death. Agents were dispatched upon seeing the article regarding these events during the Bureau's daily scans of national periodicals. The item was quickly identified and brought to the Bureau. A waste mannequin is a dress form, I believe. So like one of those mannequins that's just like a torso for like fitting like dresses, I believe. Now we're looking around here first. I've been through here. Central containment. See, this is why we look around. I found some more goodies. Remote thought. Anything in this office? No. Let me just zoom my ass. There, no.
Let's go.
Oh, that looped around. We didn't have to get to the cord.
Hold on. Something's wrong with him.
Shit.
Ah.
Horowitz. Oh, God, no. His
Buddy, line of fire, man. Damn, he's got a big ass health bar. feel like I'm just, like, not doing much damage, but whooping his ass. You know what I mean? Like,
I should talk to Wells. Make sure he's okay. I'm sorry about your friend.
Thanks.
I feel like that's an awkward place to
thanks
keep
for
a
coming
water
to get
bottle
me.
tethered.
Horowitz's
Like right
HRA
here,
must have been damaged in
I
the
feel like every
crush.
time you move, it would,
Guy
like,
never
bounce
put
against
himself
your
first.
side.
At least the anchor altered item is still locked away down in the clocks. I hope it rots down there.
That altered item needs to be dealt with before it hurts anyone else. I should go back down and contain it. Head to the executive sector, Wells. They could use a medic.
Thank you, Director. I'll go see what good I can do there.
Alright, back to mission. Go investigate the safe room, I guess. Oh, hold on. There's a control point nearby. Oh, I got 2 ability points. And I need 3 for almost everything. Sealed threshold entrance, I guess, is the closest. Nope. That's bathroom as well. All right.
This is the safe room Wells showed me. The one with the altered item inside.
The safe room looks a bit different than the others. Threshold management retrospective, threshold 9-D. If 8 equals D is a drawing of a dick. Would 9-D be a drawing of a small dick with no ball, with one ball? Threshold with effect redacted manifested in the containment sector in the middle of the redacted department. Simultaneously, numerous redacted appeared in the area, injuring and killing many redacted. After rescue operations were completed and redacted, rangers were sent in to discover the threshold's epicenter. Sheer amount of redacted made the expedition impossible. The area was sealed off after removing the clocks proved an impossible task. The department was relocated and the area abandoned. Researchers theorized that the threshold introduced unstable matter to our dimension, which adapted the form of the redacted as redacted when introduced to more stable redacted. Refer to file 9-51-3981 for full report.
Great. More clocks.
Danger. Oh. I don't have the thing to do this yet. You require specific power to do this. I do not have it yet. I wonder if, did I just not naturally come across that power yet, or? I feel like I would simply die if I tried to scurry up a wall like that. Shield threshold corridor? Is this the one I'm looking for? I don't think it is. It is not. Logistics? Okay, good. Logistics is the one. Go that way. Security Panoptic. Memory of the heroic agents who gave their lives to forces known and unknown for the protection and greater knowledge of all humankind. We honor their sacrifice. I feel like there would be way more. I feel like the Bureau, really hammers his manpower. You know? Medical wing, we don't need to go to medical wing yet. Oh. Melee is super effective against armor. Thank you, game. I was confused as to where I was for a second. But judging by the purple shit coming out from under the door, I don't know if I necessarily want to be in there. Trying to think if it's a really good thing or a really bad thing that medical is next to the Panopticon. It ain't like they have like traditional prisoners, you know? So like you don't have to worry about like vulnerable staff being close to inmates, but like at the same time, it does kind of feel like a bad idea, but I can't put my finger on exactly why. Waiting for the day I open one of these. I don't think it ever happens. Waiting for the time where I open one of these and there's something horrible. Autopsy report. Subject redacted. The deceased was a redacted-year-old redacted with no significant past medical history. The subject was brought in after being discovered in the active threshold, in an early state of decay that is characteristically fungal-based in its appearance. During autopsy, the cadaver's pleural cavities were revealed to be entirely filled by the fungus, known as the mold. To an extent, the medical staff were forced to put on decontamination suits. The procedure was also hindered by anomalies such as deceased high body temperature and undulating torso muscles, presumably, but probably caused by trapped gases. Routine samples, as well as tissue samples requested by Dr. Underhill, were successfully extracted. However, the rapid retrogression outside of the host body needs to be noted. Cause of death, mold ingestion. Refer to file 5-94-2716 for full report. Ooh. This place looks like it would stink. Like, real bad. Ugh. Where's Ethan Winters when you need him? Oh, I'd settle for me a Winters. security, Panopticon. Alright. Place looks oddly peaceful, which means I don't fucking trust it. Important. Do not wipe. This is a warning. Important. Feels important. A larger vision. Writing this down so I don't forget. Soul dream when I during Dr. Darling's presentation. Who pushed? Inverted black pyramid. The board. Red pyramid appeared underneath one. Bad news. They moved to be on top of each other. No way to let them up or down. Okay. Can't tell if that's just insane babbling or means something. Which I guess is kind of the gist of this game. I thought he turned his head at me. I was about to scream like a little girl. Wolf Globe AI 72-PE. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. However, contact should be limited. As some report feeling disorientated after touching it. Item is handmade, set in dark wood. The item itself is lacquered, hand painted, spins freely on all axes. While the contents in oceans are recognizably those of Earth, careful examination has revealed numerous redacted and other geographic additions that do not exist on our planet. One of these islands has a city marked on it named Tan Rio. There are no signatures left by its maker. Physical contact renders subject dizzy and disorientated, with some report feeling unfamiliarity with their surroundings. This effect seems to grow worse with prolonged contact, culminating in a sense of lifelessness or listlessness. Depression, suicide has been observed in these redacted handlers. So to be fair, or not to be fair, I gotta stop. Fun thing, if you see a globe or a map with a feature of land that you don't recognize or don't know about, it is probably the signature of the maker, like of the map maker. That used to be a thing, especially if it's a particularly old map.
Once we became aware of it,
I thought there would be something down here.
it was there. For the rest of the population, it was hiding in plain sight.
Media, oldest house.
August 4th, 1964. We discovered the oldest house while investigating a suspected altered world event case in the New York City subway tunnels. The agents found their way up into the building. Once we became aware of it, it was there. For the rest of the population, it was hiding in plain sight. A slippery blind spot, seemingly discouraging observation.
I'm so tired.
It's a place of power. An ongoing AWE of its own, seemingly adhering to its physical outer constraints and yet constantly breaking the known boundaries of reality. It's unstable, shifting. Note, for more details on control points and the research and process to stabilize and secure the core sectors, refer to a separate presentation. After extensive research and investigation,
This one seems a little more sporadic and beat up than the others.
on November 13th, 1968. The Federal Bureau of Control was never out in the open. This was always an obfuscated, classified top secret operation. So imagine our surprise when the building's observation-resistant aspects began in some unquantifiable way to affect the Bureau as a whole.
I always have a problem with, like, secret government agencies as a story conceit. In that, I feel like if somebody were to walk up to me and show me a badge and they were just like plain black suit, you know, like dressed like a Fed, they looked like a G-Man. If they were just to walk up to me and like shove a badge in my face and say, oh, I'm with this government agency that nobody's ever heard of, I don't know if, like, it would instill compliance in me. Like, I don't know if that would be like, okay, well, clearly you're some kind of authority figure, or if it would just be like, yeah, that sounds made up. You know? Like, I always wonder about that. Oh, that don't look healthy.
P6 is what the Bureau calls Dylan. His cell's been breached. Has the Hiss found him? Are you there with him? Can you protect him?
You know, as a, I would be a little worried if they told me, oh, your brother is here, he's in a cell, we keep him in the Panopticon. If his own cell was labeled in the same sign telling you where the Panopticon is. Like that he is so isolated and separated. Oh. Like that would be a little worrisome. That's just normal sounds you hear in a motel. Okay. This room appears to be upside down. This room appears to be right side up. This room appears to be that. No, that didn't do it. Do I have to like match it to the other rooms? Okay, this painting is right side up. Oh no, there's a gate. Okay. I must be getting old. Because between playing Requiem and this, the little like dot to, you know, dot to tell what is an interactable item or not. I didn't tend to do that.
It's been a long time since Dylan and I knew each other.
Has really been fucking with my eyes. Of course, they're all white.
Man he'd grow up to be. Were things as hard for him as they were for me?
Actually, hold on. Can I change the crosshair colors? Play. And blur. Ray tracing interface. Crosshair. Loop drop. I cannot. That is a shame.
Here, they were even harder.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Oh, hello. Is there something I can help you with?
I'm Jessie, the new director. I need to get inside.
New director? Right. Well, okay. Hello, I'm Frederick Langston, the Panopticon supervisor. It's not the best time for a tour. We have hiss everywhere, numerous cell breaches, and system failures across the board, but you're the director, so here we go.
Oh, Man,
Founded by Zachariah Trench, the Panopticon is our state-of-the-art repository for all altered items.
I don't have time for
objects
this.
of
Oh, my
power,
neck
and-
hurts.
I was told Dylan Faden was kept here. Can you help me find him?
Faden? Sure. Darling wanted him somewhere secure and isolated away from people. He's in the maximum security cells, upper level. But there's currently a pressing matter, ma'am. We've got an object of power loose in there. It's wrecking the place. The Benikoff TV, it's a real doozy. Salvador took a team in to handle it, but no one's heard from them for hours. This is a Category 5 OOP we're talking about, and if we don't contain it soon, it will tear the Panopticon apart. And we don't want all those altered items getting loose, ma'am. No, trust me.
Dylan's in there.
Jesse didn't hear a
Open the door,
word he
Langston.
fucking said.
I'll handle it.
If you say so. I usually tell first-timers not to touch anything, so, just do that. Here, I'll get the door for you. And please, ma'am, call me Fred.
Thanks, Langston.
She's doing exactly what Marshall did to her.
Is the TV back in its box yet? No
I
rush or
just
anything,
fucking
it's
stopped.
just, you know, an ongoing concern.
Do you like working at the FBC?
Sure. I mean, yeah, the drama's a bit much, but I get better benefits here than I would over at the Postal Service. I checked. Better healthcare. That's not to say I don't like my job, ma'am. Been here over 15 years. No one knows the Panopticon collection better than me. I'm, close to them, in a way.
I
You know?
can't tell if that's creepy or normal here.
There used to be a time in my life when somebody would say, "Oh, I've been working here for
How do you
15
keep the
years."
altered items under
And I'd go,
control?
"That sounds like so long. How do
Depends on the
you,
item.
like,
Each
it was
one has
wild to me to
different
stay at
needs.
a place for
Ritualistic
that long."
touches go a long way.
Then I realized
Singing
I've been at my
twice,
current
Did
job
he
for
say
11 and a
singing
half
twice,
years.
3 times, that sort of thing.
Almost
Not
12.
superstition if it works.
Like,
What's the difference between objects of power and altered items?
Think of them like storms. Objects of power are like tropical cyclones or hurricanes for the uneducated. They're big, rare, and scary. Of course, directors can just bind the OOP and become the eye of the storm. Altered items are more like weird thunderstorms. Some may rain frogs, some may rain corn, but they all rain something.
And how does the hiss factor into all that?
It's changing them, making them aggressive. Now they're all raining, I don't know, knives. Knife rain.
knife rain.
Nice metaphor.
Knife rain, buddy.
Did you work closely with Trench?
Oh, he spent most of his time with Darling and all them. The inner circle. Not that I care.
Trench certainly had his favorites.
He did stop in occasionally to scowl and smoke. Did you know the Bureau has a no smoking policy? It does. Just not for Trench. Still, he is the one who put aside funding for the Panopticon. The man did have vision.
How did you get this job?
Started as a junior agent because my uncle knew a guy. From there, I got put on a desk until an accident left the containment sector severely understaffed.
Like I said, I feel like there's a lot of fallen
Did a steady 8
agents.
hours a day for another 10 years, and voila, supervisor.
I just picked up a gun. Or a gun picked me.
All right. I reckon we should get on with it.
I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always.
The Panopticon. Dylan's close. But that object of power might wreck this place before I find him.
Something Control does that's really cool is just the scale of everything. Everything's so massive. You guys are really trying to shoot the floor through the floor. He's about to die. I still maintain Panopticon is a real cool fucking word. So this is what I was talking about, how he was talking about putting them on altars, and all of the containment things have this raised area. Oh, sure, we read that file. It's the mailbox that paralyzed it. This appears to be some sort of basket. A picnic basket. We have not read that file. This is a floor fan. Big old mallet. And an elevator.
Something went wrong with the Bureau's plan to make Dylan the next director. Marshall made it sound like it was all Dylan's fault, but how much of it was what the Bureau did to him? I don't think she's telling me everything.
Probably not. Oh. I knew it. I knew there would be something over here. Pressure. What do we have here? And nothing.
Hello?
Oh.
Is anyone there?
What are you doing in there?
Oh, thank God.
The fridge.
Look, someone has to watch this object at all times, or it deviates. My shift replacement never showed up. Can you help me?
Damn. I can't. I'm sorry. There's an emergency. I'll come back. I promise.
Okay. Okay, just don't forget. I can't stare at this thing much longer.
So he has to sit there and stare at the fridge and continue to talk to him? No? Okay. I can upgrade. Well, I can construct stars. Like a rocket launcher. Okay. You're welcome. Get out of my line of fire, asshole.
That's the object of power. I need to cleanse it.
That's a cool looking TV. What, you gonna play some Night Springs? Or pull me into a nightmare? Okay, how do we solve this problem? Probably by shooting. This looks cool as shit. Won't let me, won't let me preemptively start the fight. Come on, let me possess this dude, please.
Salvador, the head of security.
Yeah.
This team didn't stand a chance against the Hiss. No one here does.
I mean, I've been doing pretty all right.
Okay. TV. Another object of power going.
Ocelot's anchor. The crew of the White Ocelot first encountered strange spherical phenomenon while fishing in the Redacted. Witnesses described it as a black sphere with faint light behind it. It hovered just off the bow of the ship. The crew redacted it by throwing a tin bucket, which disappeared into the sphere. Soon after, the vessel lost structural integrity. The ship's metal rusted and fell apart within minutes. As the ship sank, the sphere lowered into the water. Jesus fucking Christ, Ralph. A passing fishing vessel called Redacted rescued 4 surviving crew. Agents were dispatched to the White Ocelot's last known coordinates, Redacted, and began diving operations. On the ocean floor, the agents found the sphere. Is this just the movie Sphere? The ship was entirely destroyed except for its anchor. As agents lifted the anchor off the ocean floor, they noticed the sphere behaved in conjunction with the anchor. Moving and stopping as one. Contact with the sphere was avoided, but handling the anchor proved harmless. The item was transported to the Redacted to the U.S. port of Redacted. Upon arriving in New York, it was brought into the Bureau via the Redacted.
Nuts. Here we go again.
That TV can wait its goddamn turn. Oh. Use the TV/babysitter, levitate/superhero over the obstacle. Navigate the astral plane. Hold A to levitate. Come on. Where am I being shot at from? There we go. Now we have flight, which is the important power. The hiss/Sagar broadcast must survive.
Okay, dealt with the TV. Now I can find Dylan.
I've never gone this way? Is it just a wall? Okay, yeah, there's just a wall here. So yeah, you can just like levitate, which is fun. The only downside is when you're levitating, they don't give you any amount of like auto aim, which makes kind of shooting hard. Postbox procedures. Jasper Postbox AI31-PE. Containment procedure. BlackRock Panel has proven effective in hindering but not eliminating the object's altered effect. Agents in the immediate vicinity may still experience paralysis. Keeping a distance of redacted feet from the cell is recommended, unless the agent is confirmed to be non-susceptible. A dark blue United States Post box model redacted. Paint is chipped at the edges. The item itself is empty. No mail discovered inside at the time of retrieval. The item seizes the motor functions of organisms, meeting an unknown criteria. Paralyzed subjects are still capable of moving their eyes and limited speech. During tests, approximately 16% of agents remained unaffected by the item. Age, gender, race, height, weight, blood type, eye color, clothing, place of birth, diet, heart rate, and socioeconomic standings are all factors proven to have no correlation to an individual's vulnerability to the item. Victims' state of mind were recorded during the onset of paralysis, but no emotional correlation has yet been found. All right, we have Salvador's ID. Benikoff TV, OOP7-KE. No unique containment procedures required when bound. A CRT television built by Benikoff and Sons Electronics. The screen is still functional. The object can levitate itself off the ground to a maximum observed altitude of redacted. When bound, the object allows para-utilitarians to harness this effect for their own use. See report redacted for results tested with prime candidate redacted. The object is currently bound by redacted. The object was first discovered in a local news story from Redacted, Kansas. A figure had been seen redacted over buildings. The Bureau dispatched agents to the town who discovered that a man named Redacted had bound himself to the object. Mr. Redacted was detained. See case 39-HQ656, and the object was brought into the Bureau for study. Enterprise Ramen Lantern, AI69-KE. The lantern was discovered at a street-side ramen shop in Tokyo, Japan, named Redacted. The shop gained immense popularity due to this item. The shining beacon hanging on its doorway, the Vision documentary is seemingly enthralled by a crimson luster of the lantern. It helped it find international acclaim through a television series highlighting the world's finest restaurants. Audiences' interest in the lantern brought it to the attention of the Bureau. Soon the lantern found its way here to us. I write this as I sit beside the very item. Its light is so comforting and so familiar. It reminds me of summer nights when I was a boy. The sun setting, the air warm, the chittering of song of the evening insects. The lantern knows we all want to feel safe, at home, secure in the knowledge that the world won't change, and neither will we. We'll be young and happy forever here in its glow. Appendix. The author of this document was detained shortly after this case file was distributed. Individual handling of the item is now prohibited. Information in this document may be compromised by the author's obvious infatuation with the item. That's a fun one. The real downside to getting the ability to fly. Now, up is a direction we can do things in. Swan boat. The swan boat did something. Let me in. Water cooler. That's Gordon Freeman's crowbar.
Dylan.
Oh, I accidentally went the right way. That Welshin? Oh no, it's a Get Well Soon balloon. I might cut out a little early tonight. My eyes.
Hello? Can you hear me? Jesse.
Emily? Emily, my darling? Sweet baby angel? Where are you?
Are you there, Jesse?
Emily? He's gone. Dylan isn't here. He might be nearby. Or maybe the hiss got to him. I don't know.
Jesse, listen. Dylan's here. With us. He just walked in. He says he is giving himself up. He's been affected by the hiss, but he is different than the others. We must isolate him.
I'm on my way. We need to get back.
Buddy?
I have to see my brother.
God damn it, level 6. Swear to God, I'm gonna start firing people. Dylan Faden daily observation. Confidential. 9:30 a.m. Breakfast is brought. 11:54 a.m. Gets out of bed. Uses toilet. Returns to bed. 11:57. Asks for television to be turned on. Staff do so. 12 o'clock, lunch is brought. Breakfast is removed. 12:02, eats lunch. 2:38, uses toilet. 4:03 p.m. By the way, if this were an actual government agency, they would not be using AM PM. They'd be using a 24-hour clock. That's the proper way to log paperwork. With a 24-hour clock. 4:03, begins talking to self. Recording speech not possible due to noise from television. 4:07, becomes upset, throws lunch tray at glass. 4:09, sedated. Crew clean the cell, television is turned off. 6:12 p.m., comes to, asks for television to be turned on. Staff refuses, asterisk. 6:16, sleeps, question mark. Television privileges were refused due to hostile behavior. That's real fucked up. We reach / tether through control points into a bureau / house. Nexus threshold area codes allow for access. You can translocate / fast travel / construct through the control points. So are these just like really, really late like tutorials? Is that all those are? Man, they gave him a really shitty room.
All right, I won't take up too much of your time today, Dylan. Like I said, I want to talk about Jessie, your sister.
What about her?
I just want to get your perspective. What do you think of her? What kind of person is she? That sort
Jesus
of thing.
Christ.
I adored my sister. When I was little, I mean, back in Ordinary.
And you don't anymore?
When I first got here, sure. I'd always hoped she'd come too. Find me, to take me home. We went everywhere together. Why should this be any different? Casper said she could come too, to the Bureau. If she wanted to. But she never did.
Why do you think that is?
Because she didn't care about me.
You were kidnapped by a government agency.
Out on her own, seeing the world. She always said
apparently an invisible one.
Because she got what she wanted.
Great. So she wanted to see the world. Did she ever mention any place in particular?
Why?
We like to ask questions around here. You know that. Any particular cities, towns, landmarks, anything like that?
I don't remember.
What about family and friends? Were you close with anyone living outside of Ordinary?
I'm done with this. Tell Casper I want pizza for lunch today.
Dylan, wait. We're not... End of session.
Like, this is one of those things where it's like, okay, this is clearly real fucked up. But also, what are with red lights? But also, like, they gave him enough agency to be like, I want pizza, and that's like a thing he thinks he'll get. Like, I'm confused at the level of, like, of inappropriate, like, you know, held against his will. Like, how amenable was the FBC to, like, pizza? You know? I don't think there's anything else really in here. I can't get in there till I have level 6 cards. Oh, this is not going how I want it to. I was hoping to try to fly up to the higher levels, but I don't think that's going to work out. Fuck this game, it's dark. Come on. Oh. Oh. That didn't go well. I gotta remember I have like defensive powers too, not just offensive powers. Like I can make a shield, I can evade. Long load time. Yeah, this kind of works for me actually. Alright, Central Executive. We're gonna talk to Pope, and then I think we're gonna call it. Because like I said, I'm real goddamn tired. Like I can feel my eyelids being super heavy. I know I'm being like more muted than normal.
Did you hear that the Hiss prisoner they captured is the director's brother?
Brother? And she brought him here? She's gonna get us all killed.
What if she's working with the Hiss? Isn't it strange she showed up just when they did?
I found this token. Any idea what it does?
Ah, that is a jukebox token. Little bastards turn up in the weirdest places, like bad pennies. The Rangers use them to activate an old object of power.
A jukebox, I assume.
Not a vending machine,
Does it have
oddly
any good
enough.
songs?
Nope, just the one record. Hey, be careful turning it on, though. When it's playing, you get a free trip to the formation.
The formation? That sounds ominous. Why does it send you there?
The Bureau has been wondering that for years. I mean, it's just a pile of rocks built by God knows who, but... Well, researchers have confirmed it's in the same threshold as the quarry. Well, no one's ever been able to map a physical route to the formation for maintenance.
So it's in the quarry. You just don't know where.
Pretty much. We only send in annual expeditions to the formation now. checkups, Salvador calls them. This year's team went in the day the hiss arrived. Come to think of it, the song should have brought back hours ago.
I can go in and take a look.
I'd appreciate that. The jukebox is kept just past the security booth over there. Just put in the token and enjoy the ride.
I have to go.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know.
Alright, so we have a new mini mission.
I don't think I ever told you this, but I was actually on the path to being a ranger once. Did the whole boot camp thing. Even got rookie status.
I think we fucked up the order
Anyway,
because
not the point. My old ranger squad was a great bunch.
Anywho.
There was 6 plus me. Remus, Hazard, Cho, Guy, Heptonstall, and Thompson. They were supposed to get back from an expedition yesterday. We had beers and wings planned. Problem is...
Beer and wing. I ain't had wings.
Handed out to HRAs.
Then they had nothing.
They got
to
stupidly
protect them
expensive,
against
so I
the
stopped
See, they
getting
prepped for the
wings.
worst, but I think that we're already past that. We all wore these pouches around our neck, and I really don't want the hiss to get them. Could you find them for me? The squad would have come back through maintenance, but they probably spread out from there.
I'll keep an eye out for them, Arish. And I won't let them stay his.
Alright, cool. So we got a couple side missions
I
we
have
can
to
do
go.
next week.
Me too. You're not the only one who's busy, you know.
Talk to Emily.
The resonance emitted from the HRAs is purely antithetical to every variant of the hiss signal I can arrange. But how did Darling create it?
Analysis of Hiss Threat, Part 4. To examine the invasion's timeline of events for possible patterns in Hiss behavior, establishing a timeline is difficult at present because of lack of reliable communication between Bureau sectors and staff. Preliminary models indicate ground zero of the invasion is located within the executive sector. Once it becomes possible to interview surviving personnel, pinpoint the exact location should be feasible. Other outstanding questions that a timeline may help answer: how did the Hiss get past the internal lockdown? How does Hiss resonance advance through space, deliberately or uniformly? What is their ultimate goal? The outside world? A cross-dimension destination? Refer to Redacted for full report. God, so many things here. Analysis of Hiss Threat, Part 3. If we understand the Hiss to be a force based on vibration and resonance, then perhaps their incantation, which is now agreed upon term for their vocalization, is an effort to express that resonance using human vocal cords and speech. Would there be differences if the incantation were recited in a different language? The most common word used is want. Interestingly, every usage of the word is attributed to a you. You want to listen. You want this to be true. You must want these waves to drag you away. Are we the you the Hiss is referring to? Does the Hiss believe humanity, possibly all non-Hiss life, wants to join? Be consumed by it? Is that its goal? Second most used words are through and time. Is this possibly the Hiss stating how they arrived here, or an indication of its age? There is a clear intention in the words. Dismissing the incantation as nonsense, as some of my colleagues recommend, is beyond idiotic. Refer to Redacted for full report. Analysis of Hiss Threat, Part 2. Resources were sent to transcribe the recursive chat repeated by the Hiss entities. In the interest of safety, this was done with non-aggressive floating Hiss entities. However, no distinction between this repeating phrase and the ones repeated by more violent Hiss entities has been observed. What is the purpose of this repeating string of words? Is this how the Hiss corrupts individuals? Does the chant produce a physical effect? Is it a message, an incantation? We were able to record a first-hand recitation of the chanting. See corresponding audio report. Refer to file Redacted for full report. Right, so there's one more of those somewhere in this godforsaken room. Emily's apparently just writing these and leaving them around. Possibly already got part 1. I could pause the game and check, but I'm not doing it.
It's happening. After all these years, Dylan is here. But am I too late? How is he? I need to know.
He's clearly been affected by the hiss, but it's different than any other manifestation we've recorded. Maybe what makes you so special is genetic. He was a prime candidate. Or maybe it's Polaris protecting him, something else affecting the situation. I need to run tests. He seems more in control, more
Roll credits.
present.
I want to see him. My brother. Or is he?
Of course. Now, Marshall set up an HRA-warded cage to contain him. It's on the upper floor, up the stairs.
Okay, I need to go.
Jesse, be careful.
Thank you, sweetie.
Jesse, when you were down in research, did you run into a Dr. Rhea Underhill?
I didn't. Who is she?
She is a colleague of mine. A researcher studying a kind of extra-dimensional mold growing below research.
Well, I don't like the sound of that.
No one does. Look, I haven't heard from Rhea since the hiss arrived. Would you mind having a look around for her next time you're in research?
Of course.
Thanks, Jesse. Now, what's on your mind?
I should be going. Enjoy your data.
Oh, I will.
All right, then. We got a couple new missions. And I think here is where I will leave it. You can make jukebox tokens. Well done. Anywho. Alright. Oh. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for chatting. Once again, thank you to Simonsville for the raid. I will be back Tuesday with more Control. Until then, I hope you all have a lovely weekend. And take care of yourself. I will see you all later. Bye. Who is still alive? I'm going to stay on this side because I don't want to get a rocket up my ass.